to the Millionaire Hot Seat tonight. Ready to go? Are we ready to go to win $1 million right now? That's all we want.
Welcome everybody to a special edition of Poker with Kids, this time without poker and at the moment at least without kids. Recently I actually appeared in an episode of Millionaire Hot Seat, the Australian version obviously being in Australia, and thought I'd put a little package together to show you all how I did on the show. First of all, a quick rundown on how the show works. The Australian version used to a few years ago have the original Who Wants to Be a Millionaire format, but that got changed, I think it was around about 7 or 8 years ago now, to Millionaire Hot Seat format. In this format, there's 6 players in the episode, and they each take turns in the hot seat. Basically, if you get a question right, you stay in the hot seat. If you get a question wrong, you're eliminated from the game, and the next person comes into the hot seat. And you also have one option to pass, in which case you go out of the hot seat and sort of join the back of the queue of the people waiting to get into the hot seat. So in this format, there's just a straight 15 questions, and it's basically whoever answers the 15th question goes home with prize money of some description. Obviously, if they get it wrong, then it's the sort of the $1,000 default amount, assuming that you've got to that point. Or obviously, if they get it correct, whatever amount that they're playing for. And for each player that gets a question wrong, the maximum amount that can be won gets lowered by 1 level each time. Obviously, so if there are 15 correct answers, you play for $1 million. If it's 14, it's 250,000. 13, 100,000, and that kind of thing. And it slowly drops away the more questions people have got wrong. So, but whoever answers that 15th question is the one who actually wins the final prize for the episode. A few years ago, actually it was about a year ago, they introduced an extra little twist to the game called Fastest Finger First. So at the start of the program, they start with another 15 questions, which are done on a touchpad for all 6 players at the same time. And whoever gets the most right out of those 15 questions and in the fastest time overall, they win $1,000. They can either keep that $1,000 or use that to buy one of 3 additional lifelines when they're in the hot seat. Either a 50-50, which is a standard one that's been around for a while with the Millionaire format. Ask the guests they've brought in, the equivalent of the old Ask the Audience one, or another one we've called Switch, which basically changes the question and gives you a new question. So they're the 3 extra lifelines that you have if you're the person that wins the Fastest Finger First and you want to give back the $1,000 you won in Fastest Finger First. So that's the format of how it works. And yeah, I had my episode get aired recently a few weeks ago. Yeah, thought I'd run through how it went. One of the interesting aspects of the show is the actual time it actually takes to get on the show. And in particular, in my case, I suppose technically I've appeared on the show twice. And what happened initially, I applied online for the show in September of 2015. There's a 7-question quiz that you can do online. Go to the Millionaire Hot Seat website, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you do well enough in that quiz, you then get invited to an audition and test day. At the test day, they gave you another test, a 30-question test, and then you're given basically a 30-second to 1 minute sort of bit to camera a little bit about yourself, so that you sort of see if you had personality enough to be on the show, because they will sort of want people to be a bit interesting rather than just the guy that, the guy or girl that knows, or gee, I know random trivia about whatever you want to ask, and I can just go bang, bang, bang and answer 15 questions. They want characters, they want people, they want it to be, the everyman kind of show that people will be interested in watching. So that was January 2016 when I did that. Following on from that, I then got invited to a record date, which was in June of 2016. So again, that I'll run through how a record day works in a minute. I basically got invited to the record day, filmed my episode. I was actually the 6th person in the of the 6 people, I was number 6. And the first time I was actually on the show, the guy who was number 5, he actually won $250,000, and I didn't actually get a go in the hot seat. The practice then is if you're on the show but don't actually get in the hot seat, at some stage down the track, you can then get invited back to the show and make sure you actually get a chance to get in the hot seat, which I suppose to some extent is fair, rather than sort of going, look, hey, you've done all this, thanks, someone else won the money, too bad, see you later. So that happened in June 2016. Again, that show actually aired in October, so again another few months delay from the record date to the actual air date. And then that pretty much, I'd sort of keep an eye on the emails and that for a while. And it wasn't actually until earlier this year that I actually got a call about another record date. I think it was in probably March of 2018 that I then got a call about, hey, we'd like you back on the show. So, all well and good. Then got a record date in May, recorded the episode in May, actually got to go on the hot seat this time, and the show aired in early July 2018, and we'll see highlights of the episode at least a little bit later in this episode. So that's actually got to be on the show. Now I want to run through quickly how a typical record day works. So the people that are going to be on the show turn up at around 8 o'clock. From 8 to 10, basically the staff from the show explaining how things work. You then go into break up into groups, which are the people that are going to be recording in your episode. And then you basically go into rehearsal, and they give you a practice at, sitting in the hot seat, answering a question. They have a guy who's the fake Eddie Maguire who asks questions in the hot seat and that kind of thing. You practice fast fingers first, sort of vaguely. Basically press a little iPad that sits in front of you, and they do that from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. Then they take a bit of a break, and at 10 o'clock, this is when the real Eddie turns up, and they get started in recording the episode. So what happens, they do effectively 2 episodes at a time. So of the 6 scripts of the day, they'll do episode 1 and 2. They'll be the people that will be going into the episode, that kind of thing. And essentially the people that are in later episodes become the audience, as well as people that might come along for the day to be in the audience. So in my case, I was in episode 5 for the day. So for episodes 1 and 2, I was in the audience for episodes 1 and 2. So they got filmed, do whatever. They were pretty quick in terms of the turnaround for the ad breaks. It was, they pause for what would be a commercial break, and essentially within, especially early on in the day, within sort of 15 or 30 seconds, they were like, okay, let's get straight back into it and keep going, kind of thing. So they're kind of trying to pump out the early episodes at least. For later in the day, you then got episode 5. So for episode 3 and 4, I was actually in a backstage area, getting ready, checking sort of clothes and things like that to make sure that they were suitable for being on camera. That type of thing. Makeup, there wasn't really much makeup, a bit of foundation and stuff like that they put on you to make sure you didn't look horrid on camera, or at least tried their best to make sure you didn't look horrid on camera. And so I did a bit of that, and then basically went to watch it on some screens around the backstage area of the episode that I was filming. So although I wasn't in the audience for episode 3 and 4, I basically just watched it in the backstage areas there. Then I got around to the episode I was filming. Obviously, wait around, get on there, sit down, record the episode, all that kind of thing. Don't want to spoil it just yet. We'll get to that in a minute. But record the episode, and effectively for the last episode of the day, I was actually back in the audience for episode 6. So that was the day wrapped up. I think it was just before 6 o'clock, around sort of 5:30, 5:45, around there. So a pretty full on day. They supplied some food and stuff like that. During the day, they actually paid for people that were from interstate. They paid for overnight accommodation, that kind of thing, at a hotel somewhere around the city, that type of thing. So pretty good deal if you're coming from interstate. But yeah, so that was the backstage bit and how it was all done. But let's get to the episode itself.
Let's get stuck in it. Meet our contestants tonight. In seat number 1 we have Diva Master, who says she isn't a regular person. She's a Persian, a Baha'i, a vegan and a cat lover. Since learning how to cut his own hair, Kevin Ewan hasn't seen a barber for 4 years. Kerry Steed played poker in the 2010 World Series, finished 23rd out of 800. While in Barcelona, Peter Mills had his shoes held for ransom by the shoe shine guy. During school productions, Romy Brown found many ways of embarrassing herself on stage, and at a Countdown Awards after the party in 1985, Angela accordingly was hit on by Sting.
Now to the episode itself. We start with, as I mentioned before, fastest finger first. In this part of the game, you're basically sitting down, you've got effectively an iPad in front of you, and it's a multiple choice question, pops up with 4 different alternate answers. You select your answer, lock it in, and then once their time expires, I think it's 3 to 5 seconds for each question, they then give you the answer, and obviously points and the time it's taken gets added to your total. With the idea that to win fastest finger, you've got to get the most questions right, and if it's tied, then they go on the amount of time, whoever's taking the less time to answer those number of questions correctly. The thing that I found a bit unusual about doing the fastest finger first was that when the answers actually came up to the question, they'd sort of flash up in one position and then change to a different position, and then that's where they'd stay. It wasn't quite as easy to just go, oh look, I know the answer, bang, find it, when it comes up and press it, and you can answer it really quickly. There are some occasions where not only do you have to know the answer or try and guess it as quickly as you could, but also try and spot where it was actually going to end up on the screen rather than just where it flashed up in the first sort of split second. Anyway, let's get to the questions. What I've done with these ones is I've basically just edited the fastest finger bit down to the question with the answer and what answer I gave to those questions, and if I manage to be the fastest, I'll run it a bit longer. So let's get to fast finger first.
These people got it. Everyone got it, and Peter was the fastest. Got your Pete? These people got it right. Remy was the fastest. Got your Remy right up. Question 3. Which of these is a popular Australian underwear and workwear brand? A. Chippy, B. Sparky, C. Bricky, D. Tradie. Popular Australian underwear and workwear brand. We are looking for tradie undies and workwear. These people got it right. Kerry was the fastest. Got him, mate. Well done, buddy. Nick the Honey Badger Cummins and Australian freestyle skier Danielle Scott both feature in the advertising of tradie undies. These people got it right. Peter got it right. Romy got it right. They hit the lead at 4 apiece. The answer is NB. These people got it. No one got it. No one got it. Everyone's forgotten all their Latin roots. A. Tom Cruise, B. Macaulay Culkin, C. Christian Slater, D. Andrew McCarthy. The movie was My Girl, and starring in it was Macaulay Culkin. These people got it. Romy was the fastest again. Go on, Romy, and hits the lead. Mongolia is solely in Asia. The others have a piece in both continents. These people got it right. Peter was the fastest. Diva got it right. Romy got it right, which means the leaderboard as we get to basically the halfway mark, and Romy's in front by 1 on 6. Which soccer star won the Best FIFA Men's Player Award in 2017? A. Lionel Messi, B. Cristiano Ronaldo, C. Leonardo Bonucci, or D. Luis Suarez? Luis Suarez. The answer is Ronaldo. He's won the last 2, in fact. These people got it. Kerry was the fastest. Go on, Kerry, well done. B. Grandler, Dirac being the largest. These people got it. Angela was the only one who got it. Good on you, Angela, well done. This is a visual question. Hazelnuts. These people got it right. Everyone did. Peter was the fastest in seat 4. Next question. Which of these well-known singers has the surname Leach? A. Beck, B. Jewell, C. Donovan, D. Morrissey. The original Leach was Donovan Leach. He's got a son called Donovan Leach as well, but he was known as Donovan with Mellow Yellow, born in Glasgow. These people got it right. Kerry was the fastest again. Go on, Kerry. Thailand. These people got it. Kevin was the fastest. Go on, Kevin. Kevin. Ragdoll. These people got it right. Diva loves cats. She loved that question, don't you? There you go. In 1980, Australian surfer Simon Anderson invented a 3-fin surfboard design called the what? A. Flyer, B. Coaster, C. Swimmer, D. Thruster. Alright, this is going to make things interesting. It is the Thruster. These people got it. Kerry was the quickest. One question to go. Here's the leaderboard, and Romy drops off the top on percentage for the first time. 1991. These people got it. Romy was the quickest. Peter got it right as well. So we go to the leaderboard, and the winner is Peter by fastest finger. Wow.
So that was fastest finger first. Obviously, in terms of raw numbers, I didn't actually do too well. A bit of a variety of reasons. There's obviously the pressure to try and do things quickly, as well as if you're not really sure about an answer, you kind of just pick one and think, look, it's better to guess something quickly rather than take a bit of time and figure it out. And then, okay, even if you get it right, you're obviously not going to be the fastest for that question, and it's going to add a lot of time to your total. Even if you have got it right. So a lot of questions that I wasn't really sure about, I basically just picked as you can probably tell, I picked something almost at random, and that's how it went. Anyway, as it turned out, I actually had the equal number of fastest correct answers with 4, equal with the guy who actually won the fastest finger first. He has 4 correct answers as well, 4 fastest correct answers as well, but he got 11 right, a bit better than my 8. But anyway, that's now out of the way. So Peter won his $1,000. He then gets the option when he gets in the hot seat to either keep that $1,000 or trade that $1,000 in for one of those additional 3 lifelines that he can use. Anyway, let's get to the main hot seat game itself and see how it ended up. Again, with these hot seat answers where there's other people in the hot seat, I'll put up the answers that I would have chosen. Obviously, I wouldn't have got all 15 correct, so even if I started off at the start, I wouldn't have won $1 million. And of course, when I'm in the hot seat, I'll again run it a bit longer, and you see how I did.
Diva, the Catwoman, is ready to play for $1 million. You ready, Diva?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Come on, let's go. Go on.
Lock in A.
Log in A.
Yes.
Correct for $100.
I think it's D.
Which one?
I think it's D.
You can pass. 4.
I'm going to pass.
See you later, Diva. 4, 3. Give me an answer.
I'm looking D.
Which one?
D.
D. Ah, mate, no. It's a flag. As in... Go on here, Kerry. Jump in, Pearl. Kerry Steed is from rural Darling, Victoria. He's a chess coach. He's 40 years of age. Greer is his wife. Hi, Greer.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, thanks.
That's the way. Good to have you here, Greer. 36, a stay-at-home mum, been married for 1.5 years. Kids are Quinn, 23 months, and Isla, who's 7 months old. How you travelling, big fella? You well?
Oh, yeah. It's good if I could get a bit more sleep, but I'm managing.
No, what's wrong? What's keeping you up?
Oh, as the kids are,
the
still
kids.
working on the sleep.
Yep, 7 months and 23 months, yep.
Keep you busy.
So, mate, you've only got another lifetime of that to go. We're going to take a break, come back and play for $250,000 right after this. Questions to go for $250,000, and Kerry Steed is in the hot seat. Kerry, good luck. $200. Fine lines that form around the outer corner of the eye are colloquially known as what? A. Cat's claws. B. Crow's feet. C. Tiger paws. D. Pigeon toes.
B. Crow's feet.
Crow's feet in and correct for $200. 300. In the TV series Miami Vice, Detective Sonny Crockett was played by Don who? A. Johnson. B. Corleone. C. Quixote. D. Juan.
A. Don Johnson.
Don Johnson. Log it in. Correct for $300. Ricardo Tubbs was his partner. Philip Michael Thomas. $500. Launched in 2017, a smart speaker powered by an assistant is Google what? A. Home. B. Work. C. Play. D. Costs.
A. Home.
Google Home is in and correct for $500. Similar to the Amazon Echo. 1,000. Which of these types of rice is commonly used to make a risotto dish? A. Jasmine. B. Arborio. C. Black. D. Basmati.
Don't mind making a bit of risotto myself. B. Arborio.
The arborio rice is correct for $1,000 in risotto. Well played, Kerry. Great stuff. Let's go. We are now up to question $1,500 question. 9 away from $250,000. This is question 6. Mount Arapiles is a well-known rock climbing destination in which Australian state? A. Tasmania. B. Queensland. C. South Australia. D. Victoria. Mount Arapiles.
No idea, Eddie. Well, I'll pass.
Passing? Catch you later, Kerry. Thanks, mate. Peter Mill.
Lock in D, Eddie.
Lock in D, Victoria. Correct for $1,500.
Tina Turner.
10 seconds. You've got a lifeline. You can pass.
I'm going to pass, Eddie.
You going to pass?
Yes.
Catch you later, Peter. See you, mate. Eurythmics and who? Can you hear the song? 5 seconds. Need an answer. Come on, Ryan.
Lock in A.
Lock in A. Whitney Houston.
No, D. No, A. D.
Oh, it's D now. A, D, 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 A, E, E, Ash, what would you have gone for, mate?
I would have gone for Aretha Franklin.
Your dad's always right.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, lock in C, The Magnificent Seven.
Lock in C, The Magnificent Seven. What a great movie it was too. Certainly the 1960 version.
Yeah.
Correct for $2,500.
I'm inclined to say Gaul, but I don't really... I think I'd probably better pass.
Tell me what you want to do. 7, 6.
I'll lock in Gaul.
Gaul is locked in. The old name for France. Correct for $4,000.
Lock in D, Pole Vault.
Pole vault locked in and correct for $6,000.
I'm pretty sure it's architecture. So I'll lock in B, architecture.
Lock in architecture. Correct for $10,000. What would you do with $100,000?
Well, I want to buy a Tesla battery for my home, but my main priority at the moment was my second son is not very well, and he's always wanted to go to Germany for Christmas, so I would do that.
Fantastic.
With my family. Yeah.
Hey, Angus? Is it?
Yes, yes.
How is he?
He's okay. He's going to be okay if he takes dreadful drugs for the rest of his life.
Okay.
He's having his first day of an infusion for 10 hours today.
Can I ask you what the condition is?
Yes, it's a rare autoimmune disease called Wegener's granulomatosis, and it attacks your immune system.
Oh, I'm sorry,
His immune-
Angela.
yeah.
Our thoughts are with Angus and with Alex, your other
Yes,
son as well.
yes, yeah.
So I hope everything goes as
Thank
well as
you.
can possibly be.
Yeah.
All right,
Code of honour. It could be either.
20 seconds.
Okay, I think I'll lock in A.
Lock it in, Samurai.
Yep.
Locked in. The Bushido was a code of honour governing the behaviour of the samurai for $20,000. By the way, Kerry, you're out of business now, but thanks for playing with us, mate, and good luck with the chess as well. Chess coach, good on you. Kerry Steed. 19th century.
Maybe Reader's Digest?
10 seconds. 6.
Time.
Need an answer. 4, 3.
National Geographic, A.
Locked in. 1 second on the clock. Deepa, what would you have gone for?
Reader's Digest.
C as well.
Which one?
C.
C.
A.
A. Libby, what would you have gone for? We may as well ask you as well.
C.
C.
Bye-bye.
The bloke who won fastest finger first reckons it's A, National Geographic.
True. True.
National Geographic is correct for 50.
Would
All right,
easily.
let's go. We want you to win this so
Thank
much,
you.
Angela.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, Ange. Here we go for
Thank you.
$100,000 cash. The last known Tasmanian tiger died at Hobart Zoo in which year?
Yep.
A, 1931, B, 1936, C, 1941, D, 1946.
I think it's in the 30s. 36, 31. Don't think it was in the 40s. I'm certain it was in the 30s. 1931.
20 seconds. The last known Tasmanian tiger died at Hobart Zoo which year?
36.
10 seconds.
I think I'll lock in B, 36.
Lock it in?
Yep.
It's in. Okay, take me through your thinking.
I know, I'm pretty certain I'm certain it was in the 30s. Just feel that 31 might be a little bit early. So I'm thinking 36.
They're talking now about cloning the Tasmanian
Yes,
tiger again.
yes.
It's been in the news in recent
Yes,
times.
it has.
You better come over here, Libby, just to help out one way or the other, okay? Come and stand next to your wonderful girlfriend. Ange, I'm going to tell you, it's not 1941 and it's not 1946. It was
Right.
in the 30s. The last known Tasmanian tiger died at Hobart Zoo in 1936. You've won a...
So there you have it, my 2.5 years worth of wait to answer 4 questions correctly in the hot seat. Have a little pass and then have Angela obviously do fantastically there and answer 7 questions correctly in a row to take home $100,000 and well deserved for Angela. She had actually literally come out of hospital, I think, from her own surgery the day before the episode was recorded, as well as having the issues with her son that they talked about on the episode. So congratulations to Angela, well done. Really interesting experience. If anyone's interested in sort of game show, quiz show, that type of thing, well worth having a crack. Don't expect it to, if you do that online test, don't expect to get a call and be on the show in a couple of days, but just be patient and you get a chance. You know, you get your opportunity. Pretty slim as it is to even be the person in the hot seat to answer the question number 15, and you know, just how things work out. You get a question that you might or might not know. For example, like Romy, she just got a question that she had no idea about, and even though she obviously knew a lot of things, she just got unlucky with the question she got asked. So one of those things that sometimes you just can't help. You just get a question you don't know about, or you might just be lucky to get a run of questions that you know things about or can guess correctly enough. Yeah, really interesting time. Thanks to Channel 9 for having me in and putting it on, and feel free to have a crack yourself. Thanks again for watching the video. Obviously this is a bit of different from the usual poker content, so next time we'll be back with some poker content, but hopefully you enjoyed this little break from tradition and bit of an insight into how the day went with Millionaire Hot Seat. Thanks.